The 4B movement has arrived in America, and we got to talk about it. One of our watchers said, Kel, you need to hear this. We need to hear what you have to say on these women who are shaving their heads, women who are swearing off men, and how is this going to work out in the future? Listen. All right, welcome to the show. I am your man, KTJ. I was a men's counselor for many years and still a men's coach as well as a love coach. And today we're talking about it. I'm talking about it because this affects men, it affects women, and it affects how we connect in getting together and finding love. So we got to talk about this, the 4B movement. We got to get into it. But first, look, hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Look, get on this train with me, right? Because we got some cool stuff going on. We got some great plans, and I want you guys to be a part of everything that we got going on because somebody has to have something to say out here, and I want to be that voice. And so I appreciate you guys joining me today. So let's get into this topic. I got some videos to show you. You need to see these videos because you need to see this for yourself. We're going to break down what exactly the 4B movement is and how it's most likely going to show and going to present itself in the future. So I want you guys to take a look at this, and we'll jump right in to talking about how this is going to show up here. Here we go. Let me make it nice and big for you. Here we go. Let's take it from the top.
Removed myself from Hinge.
Hold on a second. Here we go.
Full on removed myself from Hinge, Bumble. Like, I didn't even think twice about it. There's no way I am letting any man near me.
All right. So she's removing herself from Hinge. She's removing herself from all the dating apps. And she said there's no way she's letting a man come near her. Okay, ma'am. Let's keep going on this.
Am going to abstain from schmex with men. And funny enough, I actually just broke up with my boyfriend.
So for her, she's going to abstain from schmex, she says. All right. So this is something, y'all, and I think that this is worth us talking about it. And I'm listening, just so you know, this isn't a political show, right? I know who I voted for, and I'm happy with who I voted for, right? But this is the aftermath of what happens after people kind of don't get what it is that they thought they were going to get. They don't get what they want. And in some ways, they're kind of like pouting because they didn't get what they want. So what I want to do, you guys, is I want to kind of give you the full range of this and give you even the definition. Let's get to the definition so we know what we're even talking about here. All right. So here we go. The 4B movement. Here we are. The 4Bs is a radical feminist movement that emerged from South Korea. This isn't even an American idea, okay? It emerged from South Korea during the mid to late 2010s. Now, this came from someone else from another country who was protesting. They didn't like what was happening in their country, and they got to it, which, listen, if you don't like something that's going on, you have the right to protest. You should protest, right? But make sure you're protesting the right thing and the right people. Let's get back to it. They were on Twitter and on another website. The name refers to defining 4 tenets, which are all start with the Korean language term BI. All right, it's a B. Roughly saying no. Here it is. It's the proponents do not date, get married, have smecks, or have children with men. This is the belief, you guys. Here it is right here. In case you ever get into a conversation with somebody wants to know, what is this 4B movement? You can tell them your man KTJ over here gave you the lowdown on that. Here it is. It's no sex, no smecks. I guess we can't say the S word no more. You know, they sensitive on these TikTok, YouTube streets. No smecks, no giving birth. Who thought that this was a good idea? Who thought this was a good idea? No giving birth. What? Who is this gonna hurt? No giving birth, no dating men, no marriage with men. Since 2005, the feminist activist group Union Network has promoted this way of thinking as a political agenda to challenge the centrality of heteronormative family model of marriage in Korea. Now, so if we're going to do this, right? If we're going to follow somebody else's example of protest, right? Because actually, you know what? Technically, I'm okay with a protest. I'm all right with a protest. I think you should protest. If you don't like what's happening, if you don't like how it's shaking out, if you don't like what's going on, you should say something about it. You should, right? But the question is, are you saying the right thing to the right? Are you protesting in the right way? And is it going to get you what you want? And then the question is, do you know what you want? So let's see how it turned out in Korea. Okay. So they complained. And in Korea, here it is. South Korea has one of the lowest birth rates in the world. I mean, if you're gonna protest, right? If you're gonna protest, make sure it's going to end up in your favor. Who are you hurting if it ends up with low birth rates? They have now the lowest birth rates in the world, with the fertility rate at just 0.7. So they're destroying their own society with this protest. Women on average will have fewer than one child in her lifetime. Listen to this, ladies. If you take yourself out of the dating market, if you make yourself ineligible, you take yourself out of the dating market and you say, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm done with Hinge. I'm done with all of this. Then you know what? You just get what you get. And I know this isn't what you wanted. This isn't what you wanted. This wasn't your intent. Your intent was to get satisfaction. But just make sure the satisfaction that you get is the satisfaction that you wanted. Check out this video, you guys. Here we go. Back that up. Here we go.
On both sides over Trump's win. This one caught my attention. CNN reports that in the days since it became clear that Donald Trump would be re-elected, there's been a surge of interest in the United States for 4B, which is a South Korean feminist movement in which straight women refuse to marry, have children, or date men. Let's take a look at the women who are taking part in this.
No matter how loud, how kind, respectful, how cute, men will still hate you.
Women are talking about bringing that 4B movement right here to the United States.
Operation 4B.
Refuse to date men, get married, have sex with them, or children.
All I have to say is good luck getting laid. Me and my girlies are participating in the 4B movement.
No more kitty cat for moderate men.
Can y'all see this? Can y'all believe this? They're saying no. SMEX, no to marriage, no to kids with men. I don't know if you understand, but there's only one other way to, there's no other way to have kids. They said kids with men. You're going to have kids with women? Oh, okay. So you're going to grab some kids that are already here. This isn't going to work, right? Now, I'm okay with, like I said, I'm okay with the protest, but do something that's going to work. Do something that's going to be effective. And this is only going to hurt you. It's not going to help. It's not, listen, these men, half of these men don't want to get married in the first place. It's hard enough. Let's keep going.
And all the things that the patriarchy wants us to be.
Hold on. This lady is really shaving her head. This lady is really shaving her head. Ma'am. Oh, I get it. So you want to make sure that you're unattractive to men. Trust me, there are men who will date a woman who with a low cut or a bald cut or a no cut, right?
About us.
No attention to men. Delete block. Do not respond to them.
It is the best thing I've ever done for my mental health. I'm not crazy.
Listen, these same women will be on here crying when they are alone. Yeah, these same women will be on here. These men, you know, I just took it too far. I knew I should have. Man, when you're alone and childless because you protested, you're in that boat by yourself. I know it feels good to have the support of the sisterhood and all of this feminine go, but at the end of the day, you're going to be by yourself. And when you are old, when you are at the end, at the fourth quarter of your life, you're not going to want to be there by yourself. You're going to want someone there to love you, someone there to care about you. You're going to want somebody there to at least check on you so that you can know that somebody cares, that you were alive. I saw a crazy situation just the other day where a guy was in his house. They said he lived kind of like a hermit, right? He's one of those guys that had his house off the road and in the back, like high trees, sort of like you never know if he's home or not. Just secluded. The man, some people noticed that his trash cans wasn't, his mail was piling up and some squatters broke in there. Squatters broke in there and the man was deceased for at least 3 months. This man had been deceased. So these squatters broke into this man's house. They made themselves at home, right? Utilities, everything stayed on. He probably had it on automatic payment. And if you don't stop it, it stays on. They stole the man's credit cards. They stole all his stuff. They went on a shopping spree. And the only reason they got caught is because there was too much movement and activity in his bank account at the same time. They was making too many purchases and just running it up all at the same time. The buzzer went off on the credit cards and somehow the authorities were alerted. Let me get to this guy. They go to the house. They find this man in the bathroom. He had been dead. He had been gone so long that he was mummified. He was skin and bones and like a skeleton. He had already decomposed. He was gone a long time, and nobody knew he was gone. Look, they went to go find his next of kin, only to discover this man had no family. He had no friends. He had nobody. And this is what he set up for himself. And I'm telling you, if you want to end up in that situation by yourself, you live this kind of life. Stop showing up to things. Look, I don't know. This might be for somebody else. Look, if you don't care about other people won't care about you. If you take yourself out of circulation because you don't like how things are going, there's some people who like, look, I'm just gonna stay in the house because my presidential hopeful didn't win, so now I'm mad. Okay, what you gonna do with your anger? What are you gonna do with it? I know some people who created, movements after the election, right? Because their person didn't win. Created Facebook groups, and people joined the I want to call it, you could almost call it a hate group, right? Because they frustrated because their person didn't win. And so don't any of y'all talk to us. Don't ask us, listen, where are we going with this? Because I'm telling you, and especially women, you know what this is. You have, listen, you can protest, but don't turn against all of us and put yourself in a worse condition than where you are. Let's watch a little bit more of this, and then we're going to go. Look, hit that like button, you guys. Hit the subscribe button. We need you. We need you. We need you. We need you. Let's keep going.
We have to do this together.
Brittany, what is going on here that these people are making a statement because Donald Trump has got back in?
Look, I mean, I think if you're an extremist on any side, I think that there could be a mental health issue. So
look, she said it. What are you saying, ma'am? Some of these people are nuts. Go ahead and just say it.
this is so far extreme that they're taking this that I
hold on, man. Look at Trump in that truck. That guy's never worn a vest that wasn't a suit vest in his life. Funny.
don't think it's mentally well. That's really what I think.
She's saying y'all off.
Okay, go ahead. Sure. Protest in this way. Don't have children. I think the real true feminists in 2024 going into 2025 are mothers who are out there doing it all. So do this. Make your stance and protest in this way. I think it'll only help the future in so many ways. If these type of extremists stop from having intercourse with men and stop.
Come on, y'all hear her, right? She really want to say it, but she's really tempering her words. She really wants to say it. And y'all know what she really wants to say. Some of these people who are protesting things like getting rid of your offspring, they don't want to talk about how did we get there in the first place? Someone opened their legs and someone put something inside of someone else. And boom, we have this issue. Why don't we start there? Look, and I'm also on the side of how come men are not in on that conversation? Right? Because I think men need to be responsible for that. Men need to be responsible for that? How come that's not part of the equation? We only just jump to the effect, the end result. And the end result is, you know, cutting off the life of an unborn. Well, let's back it all the way up and talk about how that got there. So look, I'm for the protest, but let's protest properly, and let's get everybody in on the table and make sure that you are doing the thing that's right with yourself, so that you end up with things going right for yourself. Let's keep going.
Stop having children in the future.
Good luck to them. It's pretty wild to see that this is a trend. That this is something we're actually talking about in 2024. If that's what they want to do, that's fine. If they're doing it because Donald Trump has become the president, I'm not sure that's helping them or anyone. Brittany,
nope. It's not going to help them at all. Listen, Trump doesn't care if you get off the dating apps. Trump doesn't care if you stop having children because he's in office. Who you protesting against? The men? Trump does, you know, and the men. Men aren't worried about that. You know what men will do? Just go on to the next woman. All you did was just get out of the way. And trust me, there'll be another woman who desires a husband. There's another woman who will desire children. There's another woman who will desire the masculine protection that comes with a good man. So if you want to protest like this, fine. Look, if this is what you want, fine. Go after it. Do what you want. But just make sure it's going to turn out the way you wanted it to turn out. All right. All right, you guys, look, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We got more. Look, I want to hear your comments on this. Drop your comments down below, and we will see you next time.